Welcome back to the Victorian Bar Room. Quick check-in with you guys today. We're doing a really neat event out here. This is Dave Phipps. This is Nathan Logston of 20th Century Motor Camper.
20th Century Adventures.
20th Century Adventures. Yeah, you got to check out his motor camping channel on YouTube. He has come back in time with us because Dave planned this event set in 1880, Colorado. This is a fort that he built. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's technically a patrol fort. It's also a fur trade type fort where forts like this are available in Colorado and Montana. Yeah, basically anywhere you had trees, these things tended to be built. But for the most part, it's a trade fort where you're trading furs, taking care of settlers as they're coming by, ripping them off. So basically the owner and a trade fort and some of his a place for his employees and storage of goods.
Yeah. So me and Dave met through Revolutionary War reenacting, same way we met actually, and discovered that there was this mutual love of the Old West period. And so this is the first of these that we're doing. For me, I feel like it's a lifetime in the making because this is where my whole fascination started, you know, and now we're actually doing it for real. Tonight we are going to be hanging out in Cushing's world-famous Saloon, oversold just like everything else on a main street in a boomtown. But we got a good selection of stuff in here, and we're going to have some good drinks and some good times.
And someday, at least with the Victorian Bar Room, I would think that you're going to be world famous because you got a great thing going.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, one thing we saw earlier that Dave showed me was that booklet. The bitters advertisement.
I didn't bring it down.
Sorry. No, I've got photos. We'll put it into the film here. But tell us a little bit about that.
All right.
It's from 1901, so it's right there at the end of the Victorian period.
And the interesting thing about it is that it came from my family farm in Mayfield, Kentucky, and from my great-grandfather's period. He was known as a teetotaler, so he has a drink thing. There were also barrel heads of whiskey, and found out that basically once a year, every November, he was buying a barrel of whiskey, which lasted the year, I guess. The other thing for me, the fascination is the booklet is printed in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is where my wife is from.
Well, when you said that, Dave was showing this to me over coffee this morning.
Okay.
And the first thing I thought about was your story about your grandfather with his workshop. You can tell that story?
I don't know if the family would want me to tell
okay.
that story.
Anyway. But, you know.
We're better off not on the internet.
Some things happen behind closed doors. Anything else you might want to throw in?
No.
All right. Well, we're just a few minutes from the other cowboys and miners getting out here. We're going to see if we can relieve them of some of their gold, sell them some good liquor in here. We've got no rock gut at all. And
so he says.
So we say.
Well, and that's the interesting thing about, you know, if you look at some of those old cowboy recipes, you know, the half of it's liquor. The other half is tea, cayenne pepper, and a whole bunch of other things that we can't throw in anything anymore. The other thing was the price that always got to me. You know, the rendezvous price in 1840, they were buying it in St. Louis for 15 cents a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling it cut in half at $4 a pint.
That was a lot
I
of money
love that markup.
One of my favorite stories from the Old West was, and I wish I could do this, but you can't with the way laws are anymore, but Dodge City, Luke Short got done with everything he was doing, so he bought like 4 barrels of whiskey, loaded it up in a wagon, rode around the prairie until he sold it all, went back to Dodge City and got back to work. So that's what we're doing out here. Unfortunately, we can't take barrels of whiskey on the road and sell them. But that's what we're recreating. We're really excited to do it. So we are going to get everything up and running. We got our bed rolls to get out. Saloon is ready to go. We've already poured 3 Flim cutters.
The priorities.
That happened last night. So,
now, when did the dancing girls get here?
We have no facilities, and so they refuse to come. Amy, you'll notice, is very deliberately not here. She's not behind the camera this time. So thanks for joining us. We're going to get to work, and we'll catch you next time. Check out what Dave's doing. Check out what Nathan's doing out with his motor camping, and we'll see you soon.